Hi there, knife people. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're looking at Hogue exploit, an OTF that surprised me in a couple of different ways. First of all, as you can see here, it came reasonably sharp right out of the box. Most OTFs have a blade that is thicker and narrower, and they cannot easily slice through lightweight paper like this does. But regardless of how robust the tip looked, I was still nervous going to the Tree of Doom, where I stab a dead oak tree 25 times and pry the blade out with the left to right and right to left motions. This tree has claimed the lives of several blades by now, including some of the well-known expensive brands. This knife is priced in the mid-200s, so it's not cheapy either. This S30V blade holds up just fine. Speaking of holding, the ergos on this knife are different. The handle almost looks too wide for the size of the knife, but it's sculpted out to better support the palm of your hand. And it's done so on both sides of the knife to facilitate forward and a reverse grip in a proper blade orientation. I like this because in training you will always have a proper tactile indication of the position of the knife. And the handle has other three-dimensional features to facilitate better grip. And speaking of grip, I inserted the blade into the stump so it's arrested, and now I'm gripping it hard and twisting it left to right 10 times in each direction. That lets me know how robust is the handle and allows me to find out if anything will come loose from hard use of this knife. The gas station OTFs usually do not withstand this test due to softness of the aluminum. However, this Hogue came through with flying colors. And speaking of aluminum, this one has a sleeker finish that I would prefer. However, this hexagonal texture helps a little bit with the grip. The location of the trigger is convenient and accessible from different grips. The pocket clip is placed well and does not interfere with the grip or wieldiness of the knife. This test will make most OTF aficionados cringe. I don't recommend you do it to any OTF knife, especially one constructed out of aluminum. OTFs are designed primarily for puncturing and cutting with the edge. They're not designed for striking with the spine, and this one unlocked on the 6th or 7th strike. I flip the blade around and repeat this test with the proper orientation of the knife, which is still not the best idea. But this time, there are no issues. At least not with a knife. I probably have some kind of issue. If the next test doesn't prove to you that it's constructed out of well heat-treated aluminum, I don't know what will. And did you know that aluminum does have to go through a heat treat process? The process is very different from steel heat treat. It's designed to increase the hardening and other physical properties of wrought and cast aluminum alloys. An improperly treated aluminum would never survive even single of the tests you just saw, and this one survives them all. This model doesn't have a glass breaker, opening it up to be used as a hammer. Just kidding, don't try it at home. Time for some size comparisons. All right, here it's next to Microtech Ultratech. The length is about the same. Close. The blade is longer on a Hogue and much more robust tip. Here's a Glycon. I find this blade much more utilitarian because it has a much more robust tip and tip geometry is excellent. Let's recap some of the action this knife saw today. And while we do so, please reflect on the fact that most knife reviewers will not do this to a mid-price, mid-200s knife. Every like, every new subscriber helps me keep going with my absolutely independent, honest assessments.